What's going on, everybody? Today we're doing the 2017 NBA redraft. Get ready. You're probably going to screw some things. Let's get to it. With the 15th overall pick, the Portland Trail Blazers originally selected Justin Jackson out of North Carolina. He wasn't that great of a player. I'm going to take Isaiah Hartenstein, a huge riser here. He's averaging 13 points a game right now, over 10 rebounds. He was a little injured to start the year, but played great in the playoffs last year for the Knicks. I have him going 15th overall to the Portland Trail Blazers. With the 14th overall pick, the Miami Heat originally selected Bam Adebayo. I'm going to take him a little earlier. I'm going to take Luke Kennard here, shooter out of Duke. He was a great player at Duke. He's an absolute sniper in the NBA, shooting over 40% from three. He's only shot below 40% twice in his career. It's been 39% twice, which is really funny. He's had weird roles on NBA teams. I'd like to see him have a bigger role with the Grizzlies right now, but right now I have him going 14th overall to the Miami Heat. With the 13th overall pick, the Denver Nuggets originally selected Donovan Mitchell. I also have him going higher in this draft. I'm going to take Josh Hart here. He's a really good, solid role player for the Knicks right now. He's averaging 13.5 points a game, 8.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists. He's a really good rebounder for how small he is. He's also shooting around 38% from three and 59% from the field, which is a career high for him. He's not on a super deep Knicks team right now. He's playing about 37 minutes per game, which is a career high for him. And he's a really good defensive player. He was a National Player of the Year, runner-up to Frank Mason in college. He's been a really good player his entire career, so I have him going 13th overall to the Denver Nuggets. With the 12th overall pick, the Detroit Pistons originally selected Luke Kennard. I've already taken him off the board. I'm going to take Malik Monk here. He's been playing really well the last couple years for Sacramento. He's averaging about 15.5 points per game, 4.5 assists, 3.5 rebounds, shooting about 39% from three. He's had a weird career so far. Starting in Charlotte, the GM coaching is horrible. Went to LA, kind of revived his career, and now with Sacramento, he's had looks like a really good sixth man of the year candidate, which he almost got last year. So I have him going 12th overall to the Detroit Pistons. With the 11th overall pick, the Charlotte Hornets originally selected Malik Monk, the man we just talked about. So I'm going to take Dylan Brooks here, the bad boy. Nobody likes him. I can't stand him, but he's had a really solid NBA career. He's a really defensive-heavy guy on a really good Rockets team right now. He's averaging about 12.5 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, assists and a half per night, and he's shooting about 39% from three, which is a career high for him right now. He's a really good role player on this Rockets team, this young Rockets team that needs veterans, and he's done exactly that. He's played his part. So I have him going 11th overall to the Charlotte Hornets. With the 10th overall pick, the Sacramento Kings originally selected Zach Collins. It's a fair pick. He's a fine NBA player, but I'm going to take John Collins here instead. He's playing really good right now on a not very good Jazz team. He's averaging about 18 points per game, close to 9 rebounds, and he's shooting over 40% from three right now, which is really good for a power forward on a team that's struggling. I would like to see him traded before the deadline this year. I have him going 10th overall to the Sacramento Kings. With the 9th overall pick, the Dallas Mavericks selected Dennis Smith Jr. out of NC State. He was really, really good at NC State. Looked like an All-NBA type player. He's not that. We know that now. But I'm going to take Jarrett Allen. He's playing really good alongside Evan Mobley right now on a Cavs team that is rolling right now. He's averaging 14 points per game, over 10 rebounds a night, and he's shooting over 70% from the field, which is a career high for him right now. I have him going 9th overall to the Dallas Mavericks. With the 8th overall pick, the New York Knicks originally selected Frank Ntilikina. I know I'm butchering the name, it's fine. But I'm going to take OG Anunoby here. He played really well this last year in the playoffs. He's averaging 17 points per game right now. He started with his career with the Raptors, but he's a Tibbs kind of guy, defensive heavy. He's going to get you rebounds, averaging over 5 rebounds a game, 17 points right now a night, shooting 38% from three and 49% from the field. He's a really good role player / above average role player for a Knicks team that just needs a little bit of depth right now. So I have him going 8th overall to the Knicks. With the 7th overall pick, the Minnesota Timberwolves originally selected Lauri Markkanen. I have him going a little higher in this NBA draft. I'm going to take Kyle Kuzma in this spot. He's an NBA champion. I know he's not on a good team whatsoever right now, and you could honestly put OG above this spot, and I wouldn't be upset with you. But right now he's averaging about 16 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 2 assists per night. and he's shooting an atrocious 27% from three. It's still the beginning of the year. These numbers will go up, but I would like to see him traded before the deadline this year. He's not playing very well on a really bad Wizards team. So I would like to see him traded, but I have him going 7th overall to the Minnesota Timberwolves. With the 6th overall pick, the Orlando Magic selected Jonathan Isaacs. He's been a really good defensive player, but I'm not going to take him in this redraft. I'm going to take Derek White out of Colorado. He's played absolutely out of his mind as a role player, averaging 18 points per game, 5 rebounds per night, 5 assists, shooting 41% from three and 47% from the field. If you look up fantastic role player in the dictionary, that's exactly what Derek White is going to be. He's going to get you extra possessions, really good defensive player, obviously a good shooter. Was amazing in the finals/playoffs last year. That's why I have Derek White going 6th overall to the Orlando Magic. With the 5th overall pick, the Sacramento Kings originally selected De'Aaron Fox. I'm going to have him go a little higher in this redraft. I have Lauri Markkanen going in this spot. He's been in trade talks recently. I would love to see him get traded out of Utah. But right now, he's averaging about 19 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 2 assists. He's having a little bit down. He's only played in 17 games right now. He's had a few injuries to start the year, but he's not playing as well as we know that he can be. So, yeah, I would love to see him get traded to a contender. Maybe the Lakers, the Warriors, I believe, should trade Podziemski. I have Lauri Markkanen going 5th overall to the Sacramento Kings. With the 4th overall pick, the Phoenix Suns originally selected Josh Jackson. This one personally hurts me. I thought he was going to be amazing in the league. Straight out of Kansas, was fantastic his freshman year. We know that he's a bust. He didn't do much in the NBA. He had some scandals, wasn't good. So I have Bam Adebayo going in this spot. He's a DPOY candidate. He's not off to a super hot start this year. He's averaging about 15.5 points per game, which is 4 points down from his averages last year, averaging 19 points a game. He's averaging 10 rebounds, 5 assists a night. He's obviously a really good big man in this league. I would like to see his numbers go up as the season progresses, but I know it's still early. That's why I have Bam Adebayo going 4th overall to the Phoenix Suns. With the 3rd overall pick, the Boston Celtics originally drafted Jason Tatum. I am going to save him a little later for this redraft. I have Donovan Mitchell moving up 10 spots in this redraft. He's been a phenomenal player. Averaged 20 points a game his rookie year, was in a super tight Rookie of the Year battle with Ben Simmons, who was drafted the year before but was injured. Right now, he's on a fantastic Cavaliers team that's super hot right now, averaging 24 points per game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, shooting 40% from three, which is a career high if he kept this up all year. He's also shooting 45% from the field. He does everything. Great on-ball defender. He's going to get you a bucket when you need it. I have him going 3rd overall to the Boston Celtics. With the 2nd overall pick, the Los Angeles Lakers originally selected Lonzo Ball. He was a phenom coming out of high school, was really good at UCLA. It hurt me to not put him in this redraft, but he didn't play for 2 years. Injuries have plagued him. I have De'Aaron Fox going in this spot. He's an MVP caliber type player. He's averaging about 27 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, shooting 35.5% from three and 49% from the field. Would be his 2nd highest in his career if he keeps this up all year long. The Kings are struggling right now, but it is not his fault whatsoever. It's kind of a chemistry issue right now, incorporating DeMar DeRozan into the starting lineup. So I have De'Aaron Fox going 2nd overall to Los Angeles Lakers. With the 1st overall pick, the Philadelphia 76ers originally selected Markelle Fultz. Woof. Yeah, that was a horrible pick. I have Jason Tatum going 1st overall in this NBA redraft right now. He's averaging 28 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists, shooting 37% from three and 45% from the field. He's never been a crazy efficient player, but we all know that he's obviously one of the best players in the entire NBA. He's won an NBA championship, wasn't that great in their run, but he definitely looks like one of the best players in the NBA right now. Definitely the best player on his team right now. So I have him going 1st overall to the Philadelphia 76ers. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. Let me know what else I should do. I'm going to be doing more NBA redrafts, so let me know what you guys think. See ya.